All right, my Z Warriors, we are back here on the channel and we're going to be doing a couple of things here. Now, I know here on this channel I cover mostly Star Trek Online, but one of the first things I uploaded in this channel about a year ago was Dragon Ball Z Kakarot content. Now, I haven't stopped playing. If anything, I have actually even increased my playtime to an overall 500 hours in Dragon Ball Z Kakarot. My first save file is about 400, over 400 hours. And that particular save file, I actually got the key up to over 9,000. Yes, I did it for the memes. About last year, I started another save file, and we'll kind of get into that probably a little later. But the reason why I did that is I wanted to experience Dragon Ball Z Kakarot again because it just has such an amazing cutscenes and really does a good job in telling or retelling the Z story. And even though there has been many retellings of Z's, I think Dragon Ball Z Kakarot is by far, for me, my favorite, and I haven't stopped playing it since. Now, with the release of the information of the new upcoming Season Pass 2, it was really gotten me hype. And a lot of the play that I do, which I do stream on Twitch and base stream here on YouTube if there's enough interest, is what I call end game training. Because on that second save file, I've also pretty much finished the game and now just sort of concentrating on raising the stats just a bit. But again, we'll get back to that. But what I want to do is go over the last two trailers that have been released. One today, or at least yesterday by the time I release this video, and the one about 2-3 weeks ago. I'm a little late to the party, but regardless, Dragon Ball Z Kakarot, like I said, is one of my favorite games, and I feel like I have some ZENI, I see what I did there, to drop in terms of info. So what we'll do here is go to the first trailer, put that on screen here, and I'm not going to go over the whole trailer because this is the one that's for Bardock Alone Against Fate Battle for Planet Vegeta trailer, which is essentially one of the story missions, I believe, of Bardock fighting in space. Now, I'm going to put the volume low. I'm not sure if this is going to get copyrighted or whatever, but we'll play it, and I just wanted to drop some of my thoughts here and compare it to the existing Horde battle, and of course, drop some probably tips as well of what I'm going to do when it comes to this, as well as maybe tips as leveling up in the current DLC 2 of Kakarot. So here we go. Let's play the video. I'll probably get some, put the volume down a bit here. So in this, you can see, of course, Bardock in space. This definitely is Horde battle just redressed. Okay, and the only thing the difference is to me here is this little meter here that's filling up the Z combo meter. Okay, and of course we know what the Z combos are, especially if you're new, if you've been playing Kakarot. This is going to allow you to do like a cinematic finish and finish a lot of enemies depending on how high your combo is. Again, I just love the graphics. I really do. It looks really good too. The feeling of fighting space is going to be there, and I can't wait for this. So now it's at level 1. You can see it go up there, and you can keep on increasing it now. So in the DLC 2 Horde battle, all you can really do is level it up once. And essentially there's no extra levels here. So I'm guessing level 1 is a attack that will get rid of X amount of enemies, and then 2, stronger attack gets rid of more, so on and so forth. So now it's passed to level 3. So now you can see there, the Z Blast there. So it's called a Z Blast here, not a Z Combo. Interesting thing here too as well. I'm going to pause this quickly. There is a transformation button there. So I'm wondering if not in the main story here of Bardock, if we're going to actually get a transformation for Bardock in a what-if scenario and him going Super Saiyan. So there you go. He used the Z combo meter, and that took rid of all like 93 enemies. And again, I think this could go higher if you get your combo up higher. At least that's how it works now in DLC 2 in the Horde battle. So again, once you use it, of course, you're going to have to build it up again. And in this particular one, this particular mission story, he has to defeat 150. Just like in Golden Frieza DLC. Now, that counter, which when you're blocking and then you hit your dodge button and go right behind the enemy, I don't necessarily like using that because it uses so much ki. But it is there. If it was me, I would not even waste time and just take him out. But of course, they're just showing it off. Surprising they didn't show off the surge mode here, but I might show it later. There you go. Such fire animation. Of course, I say don't use surge mode, and there it is. Surge mode is one of my favorite battle mechanics here in this game. I do like his one-handed ki blast there, his wave blast. Take him out. Take him out. There you go. Now again, those who are familiar with this story, we all know what's going to happen. He's going to be facing Frieza. So again, this was released about 4 weeks ago. Again, we're late a little bit. We weren't actually able to record this video as we were sick actually at that point. So we were waiting for our laptop to come back. So there's that. For me, I'll say this, I'm not a huge Bardock fan, but any new content for Kakarot, I'm all for. Reason being is, according to DM Gaming, huge shout out to DM Gaming as well too. I'm a huge follower of his, love his content. But around in the beginning, it was said that there's no more DLC past season 1. And now that we're going to have a season 2 pass. And I guess my thoughts on that is, because of how lackluster part 1 and 2 were received, I believe it was the story of Trunks that really boosted it. And the story of Trunks, top-notch content story, such great. And I got the feels playing it. And this one of the reasons why I love Dragon Ball Z Kakarot, because it can actually draw the emotion. When I played this a second time on my second save file, the moments that were showing the cutscenes, yeah, I definitely felt the feels, and that's why I love this game. So there's that. Again, not a huge Bardock fan, like I said, but any new content for Kakarot, I am down for. And again, this opens up a lot of possibilities. So there's that. Now, what I wanted to show off here, now this is a video of segment of me on my stream on Twitch talking about how to do the Horde battle, or at least how I do it. So I'm going to just play it. I may have to clarify some things because some of the audio was messed up, but I'm just going to play it here and then I said stop the video if I have to add anything to what I have to say.
Seen, okay, I'm not saying everyone does this, but what I've seen when they do Horde battles, they like to spam attack their energy weapons. The best thing to do here,
I don't know why I said energy weapons, but energy blast is what I meant,
is just melee attack. Get to 100 combo as much as possible, or to 999 hits, which then you can activate your combo Z. Then you can get rid of 315 enemies. So, just to show this, we're going to do the 10-minute trial. I'm not going to do the infinity trial because that one takes a long time. For me to get 5,000, it takes like half an hour, 40 minutes. So, at least a 10-minute one.
So this is my second save file, and yes, I have all my characters up to 300 and I believe this was the time before I started boosting up their stats, or might have eaten a meal here or there. But the Horde battle, my recommendation to those who are just starting off in Kakarot, this is a great way to get your level to 300 after 250, because you can use DLC 1 or 2 to get the Sacred Waters to boost all of your characters to 250, and then use the Horde battle for the rest.
One trial, or at least to defeat 999, 1,000 enemies, is going to show a good of how I do this personally, and I think it's the best way to do it. Again, melee attack, use your support characters as much as you can. Actually, talking about support characters, let's give them some boosts, especially this one. That'll fill up his gauge a lot faster.
Again, this is done on stream, so that's why I'm
Give him that.
explaining what I'm doing here, but it still applies.
That'll help. And then you, sir, have ultimate command. No, you need to have ultrasonic fist. Now, you will see me use ultrasonic fist. As flashy as it is, it's better to just use it when one of the enemies are going to do their super attack. Because if they hit you with a super attack, they're going to knock you back, you're going to lose some time. Ultrasonic fist actually cancels that out. And we'll show that here.
Having said losing out time, Krillin, not the best one to use here. I just use him for the sake of showing off Solar Flare. But when he uses Solar Flare, the animation, that actually takes time off of your timer. So during the whole time, your time's running down. Now, if you're doing Infinity, the time run here, not the best way to lose the run, but because of how much time you have.
And you'll see that one, that's like the one that bounces around over here. So again, melee up to 999 hits. You'll see me do the melee combo where I try, like the first waves are going to be just knocked out of the park in 1 second because their HP is low and I'm at level 300. So trial of time, 10 minutes. Valor, within 10 minutes. Okay, so we're just going to do this one. Defeat, and plus this one, again, it's easier. I found it easier to get to 1,000 by just doing melee attacks and combo Zs. So here you go. Again, I showed the gameplay for Bardock. This is exactly it, just different. Now I'm going to be using
See, the timer goes when you're using that animation. The volume down a little bit here. So I'm going to kind of talk over myself, but essentially I am just hitting and spamming circle. This is the fastest way to defeat enemies. And as you can see from the first trailer we watched in the Horde battle, just like that gauge is filling out, okay, you have just the one gauge filling out there in the Bardock as opposed to the two or the one, depending on how many supports you have here. But again, how to get the Z combo faster is you spam their support attacks so that you can build up that quickly. But I don't use it, like I said, until you get to 999. And pretty much almost always 999 will always get you about 315. Less when you kind of get at the end a little bit there, but we're not going to go through the whole video just to show it here initially.
Try to build up to get a combo Z by using the support attacks by get you that now when I have the red or enemies, I can hit them for a little longer and I can build up that combo a lot faster.
The only reason why I'm spamming Krillin so that I can build up the combo C faster.
Or if I start doing that, that's when I use ultrasonic.
So right there.
Or if I start doing that, that's when I use ultrasonic.
An enemy using red? Or did I just do it for the sake of doing it?
Or if I I start
Oh,
doing that, that's when
I think I used it because he was being annoying, flying backwards and sometimes interrupting my attack.
over the game. Oh, hello, Torimico, sorry.
I'm gonna go over here.
1,000 to the new.
Said this was taken in a live stream segment.
These guys are where I can build up my
So when you see, there you go, that particular enemy, when you see the ones that have the red aura, those are the ones you have to look out for in terms of when you're attacking them and they start glowing red, but they're not moving, and even though you're attacking them, they're gonna do their super armor attack. Two things you can do here. One, block, just straight out block. Two, power block, and that's using your guard and then your dodge button. And three, use ultrasonic fist to disrupt that, and then you'll start hitting and gaining combos. Now, this is also the enemy that I use to build up my surge meter here by using the circle or the melee attack button, the circle for PS4. I play on PS4, and then using the X or the dodge button for me. And you'll see me do that after image attack where he just bounces all over the place like a mini ultrasonic fist. That quickly also brings up your combo meter here to get you quicker to 999.
These guys are where I can build up my combos.
Right there.
So when you see a red enemy there,
When I see the red, yeah, I use ultrasonic fist. They're at a lower level, they should be able to get them, but the higher levels of 300s, you're gonna have to either use ultrasonic fist or block it or power block.
build up my combo Z. I just have to get to 999 hits.
It took me about, what, 3 minutes to build up to 500? And about 127 kills so far. You can tell I'm not using the deep combo just yet. I'm waiting until I hit 999. Trying to build it up as fast as I can. Now at about the 10-minute mark, at about a 5-6 minute mark, I'd like to get already to use the combo Z and be about 500, or at least half of the 1000. At this point, I'm just waiting for one of those super armor ones, red glowing auras. There you go. That also builds up your combo too. Sometimes it's hard to gauge of how far an enemy is, so you can see I'm just smashing melee, or circle here in this case. I know it's very tempting to use Combo Z right now, and or even Surge Up. Don't. Surge actually slows you down, in my opinion. There you go. I don't waste time. I just go ahead and do that. And by the 5-minute mark, right there. So 999 in a horde battle here. That will get you 315.
By yourself.
Nothing higher. Well, depends if they're there 319, a little bit higher, but nothing more than 350. See, super armor attack. So I essentially do finish and get to 999. We'll show that here. We're not gonna. I think the last little bits here I just destroyed myself. So there you go. We had about over a minute to spare. I love the impacts. I really do. There you go. Super flashy finish. Goku's eyes look weird. That's great. So again, I only showed this because when it comes to that horde battle style gameplay that's going to be in Bardock, couple things. One is I'm kind of disappointed that they didn't come up with any new mechanic other than, of course, you blasting yourself Z, but the only new mechanic they have there is essentially the Z meter that you just have to build up to level 3. Now, I'm thinking, again, the higher your combo is going to relate to how many enemies you get to defeat. Okay. Now, I spoke earlier about this is the best way to level up in Dragon Ball Z Kakarot after level 250. One of the first things you want to do, of course, before you do the horde battle is use level 5 Mega Mass or the highest level that you have. Okay, you can always get those from battles, from the story mission, and you'll have that in your inventory. That's when you use and essentially use it. So you would use the infinity mode, which gives you unlimited enemies to kill. But you just have to go up to 5,000. And that'll give you the max experience. And that'll take you about 15 to 20 minutes, depending on how fast you defeat enemies. And like I said, surge mode does slow you down, but you do have to use it because with the know-how skill self-medication, you are going to get hit, especially when the enemies are at 300. So I use that to obviously restore my HP, but if I don't need to use it, I don't. Super attacks, they slow you down. Just use melee. Build up your combo attack combo meter as fast as you can up to 909, and then use it so that you can defeat the enemies and get to 5,000 faster when you're leveling up. Okay, again, if you want me to go more in depth in that, I can. I plan on doing a lot more Kakarot content, maybe not as much as my Star Trek online stuff, but definitely this is a game that I have a lot invested to. So there's that little piece there. So now we're going to go to the trailer that they released today. And then, of course, drop some thoughts here and there. So here we go.
Frieza! Show your damn face! You're dead. Do you hear me?
It would be a shame.
Of course, we have to have an ad play. Let's take that out.
I, Emperor Frieza, will graciously engage you in combat.
You arrogant bastard!
Now then, when you're ready.
Frieza! You guys ready to get started? Let's do this!
Now, I wonder if these are only going to be support characters or actually characters you can use. My bet is probably just support characters, but it would be nice to have more playable characters, in my opinion.
This hunk of rock is finished.
If only those heads weren't so easy to pound.
So, this is, again, you can see here, one of the new maps. D medals. Gonna have to look for those to increase your abilities there. So be on the lookout for those always. And of course, sub stories. I'm gonna throw this now. when you see a sub story, do it before you do a main mission, so that you don't miss out on the experience that you get there. Because I'm 100% sure that any progress you have in the main game is not going to be carried over here, because just like Story of Trunks, nothing I did in the main story, or we did in the main story, carried over. It was a brand new separate story, so keep that in mind.
in.
Here's hoping the
This is probably where we're going to eat meals.
next plan's a better one.
These are gorgeous maps. These are really gorgeous maps, and I'm super excited to experience a new level, a new map area, new story, obviously.
It's Vegeta, huh?
I'm going to get even stronger. The whole universe will tremble before me.
What's Lord Frieza want with a dump of a planet like this anyway?
So you saw there, Bardock did a Z combo with two of his teammates. So I'm thinking they're just going to be support characters, but who knows?
Like this anyway. I hit you with my fabled future punch technique. How does it feel knowing the future? Knowing that your days are numbered? That's enough!
Again, the cutscenes are just, I love them. I love the cutscenes in this game.
Gotta rally the troops and take Frieza out. Damn you! Damn you all to hell! Those were my friends!
You and all the other monkeys are about to get wiped out by Lord Frieza!
Like hell we are. You and Frieza are dead men!
You fool. You would have been better off cowering in fear and accepting your fate.
If I stop Frieza here and now, things will be different!
I intend to rid the universe of every last one of you.
This is it. Gotta put everything on the line. It's me. It's gonna be me. The future. I'm gonna change it.
That was sick. Again, I'm not a Bardock fan, but like super excited to have this this week, and we're definitely going to be playing it. Season Pass 2. Again, they told us we were not going to get another DLC package, and I'm so glad. And now, of course, the first one of Season Pass 2 is going to be Bardock, and this is come out January 13th for Season Pass 2. And bam! Here we go. Coming soon. This image right there was at the end of this trailer. So, we talked about this already on stream, but we're going to go to what this image is, which is this. So, the Dragon Ball Z Kakarot, essentially the 5th DLC, will be the 23rd Tenkaichi Budokai. And you can see right there, this is taken from an image of Goku there from that. So this opens up a lot of things for me personally. And how I think it's going to change is, again, I discussed this here on the stream. They're on Twitch. So we're going to go there quickly. Now, one of the things I will say as well, I do not like it when we kind of go backwards in time. I always want to proceed forward. But again, if they do it great, if they do these stories correctly, it'll just give us more content. Now, after it was teased out that we were going to get this DLC next, I discussed this on stream. So again, I'm just going to play it, nothing too long. Here we
Go
go.
to the arena. This is how big it is. That's it. I don't know how to
All I'm going to do is just drop my thoughts here initially. And I did this live on stream, as I
scale
mentioned.
that is, but that seems pretty right. So how is that going to work? Right? Every battle that we do, we can go everywhere. I can go up, down, all around.
There's no mechanics in Kakarot currently that you are grounded. None. Only when you're running. Battle mechanics, fighting mechanics is what I what I mean by that. Of course, you can run on the ground like I am right now, but fighting, you're always in the air. So does this mean that we're going to get a new mechanic where you can actually fight on the ground and just stay within this arena?
So is this gonna just literally ground us, and all we're gonna have is just like this high jump, or what? Or if we're flying around, we're gonna have a zone, like a barrier here, right? But again, this could open up the Tournament of Power, because in the Tournament of Power, there was no flying. There was no flying in the Tournament of Power. Well, there was, but
so that's kind of pretty much all I'm going to show from that video there. So like I said, this opens up the possibility, because they had mentioned too as well, Dragon Ball Z Kakarot was supposed to just be focused on Z. Here's my thoughts on that, okay? Now I know DM Gaming had mentioned that when it comes to Whis and Beerus, it is part of Z. I totally agree with that. But the Ultra Instinct they showed there, when Whis was using it, when you fight him, when you train with him and try to hit him, and he's like dodging with like Ultra Instinct. So that, to me, that's Dragon Ball Super, because we never saw that particular in that move Whis did, Ultra Instinct, in the movie when it came out. Secondly, we have Tora and Mira. I'm not really particularly knowledgeable on those characters, but I think they're from Xenoverse. Someone can correct me in the comments below. Having said that, they're outside of Z. Okay? They're outside of Z. Now, with the DLC 5, this is outside of Z. This is the original Dragon Ball, and that's why I'm talking about the Tournament of Power, and this could open up a possibility of Dragon Ball Super becoming a DLC in Kakarot. So I want it. I want it pretty bad, because the other thing that I mentioned here when I was talking there during the stream here was all the abilities that we've gotten now up to level 300. When we go back to Budokai Tenkaichi 3 DLC, it's essentially we're starting from scratch again. We're building up our skills, and then our Kamehameha wave is not going to be as big as it is with the Super Limit Breaker Kamehameha move that we have. So that's why I don't like going backwards. But if this does really well, if this Season 2 pass does well, this can open up a lot of possibilities. I actually thought it was going to be Bardock, Cooler, and Broly was my first initial two that I had thought in terms of what the other DLC is going to be. So now the third one, I'm not sure what it's going to be, since they went backwards to Dragon Ball, Bardock, and then Dragon Ball. So now the third one, I'm not 100% sure. And again, I love this game. Whatever content they're going to throw to it, I am all for it. And for me personally, like I said, I have 500 hours plus. And one of the first videos that I put here on the channel was me showing off my first save file that had over 9,000, actually 9,999 key, which you can see at the bottom right there. Yes, I did it for the memes, but I also, the reason why I did that is to cut down the interruption in battle, that you're always powering up. Now, you don't have to. I just did this like for me, and I enjoyed this game. And how I did that is I just kept villainous enemy runs. This is how what I call my training in my end game is I do the villainous enemy runs from the Saiyan Saga, the Namek Saga, Cell, Boo, Tora, Mira. Then I go through the DLCs, Beerus, and then Golden Frieza. While I'm doing that, I'm collecting items. Then I go to Chi-Chi's house, quote unquote, refuel with eating, because that's the only way you can boost up your stats here is eating. What I wish they would do, and I know it's been mentioned before by DM Gaming, is just like Goku would train and then you get an increase in your stats, or he gets stronger. I really wish they would put that mechanic here in Dragon Ball Z Kakarot. That would be so much better, because it's very tedious to get all the items you need for meals. And it would just be more funner that if you would just get, don't even make it a substantial amount. So when you're eating a full course meal, the actual last 5 on the list there, you get about +7. If your community board is filled out up to max, Chi-Chi's community board, you get +7. If not, it's like +5 only, but +7. So maybe make fighting villainous enemies, Beerus, Frieza, whoever it is, +3. Something like that. That would be so much more interesting. Or give them a choice to either increase your ki, increase your melee attack, defense attack, etc. So I've always said this before. This game has a lot of potential, and I hope they start really concentrating on the small little things to make this game better in terms of even just from the ki charging. Your Super Saiyan and your ki charging aura is blue. The animation, the cutscene is yellow, sure, but it's just small things like customization. It's been talked to ad nauseum. So I'm super excited for this and can't wait until this comes out. I really am hoping that when this comes out, you know, this has more interest, because I see a lot more people buying this. Even my viewers there, they've gotten the whole ultimate package because it's on sale right now. So, or on sale, they've gotten it on sale. So I hope that this just creates more interest, because there is a Dragon Ball Z community out there that loves this game. And I wouldn't pour in 500 hours into this game if I did not love it. So it's a little bit of a long video, but since I don't do a lot of content on the regular for Kakarot, and that could change in the future, but it depends on what we'd like me to show. Again, I have older videos here, and I show off how I fight and without obvious interruption with the 999 key, or 9,999 key. I have my own ways of leveling up. I have my own tips and tricks to do certain things here and there. But overall, of course, I have always the 2 ZENI to drop on this game, because I grew up with Z, and this to me is like almost the pinnacle of gaming. I know there's like Xenoverse and Fighter Z. Those are just not my type of games. Xenoverse is pretty close, but it has like an what-if story, and the graphics, it does not compare to Kakarot. Kakarot blows it out of the water for me. Fighter Z, not much of a, don't like the fighting game, even though I like the Budokai, the original Budokai series on PS2. My favorite before Kakarot came out was Budokai Tenkaichi 3. And that's because, again, of just how it was in the over-the-shoulder fighting and the what-if characters. Again, having said that, this opens up a tournament power. I really, really hope they put GT. There's no reason whatsoever that they don't put GT in here. Super Saiyan 4 is my favorite transformation. And I really do hope that they put GT in here, because all the other Dragon Ball games have GT characters. So again, hopefully this season does well, so that it opens up for another season, and that we are closer to either getting GT content or Dragon Ball Super content, along with also the Goku Black content there. So there is my Z Warriors. I know this is a little bit of a longer video, but like I said, I don't do a lot of content in terms of videos like these, like I do for Star Trek Online. Mentioned before, if you want me to do more content, or if you have any questions, feel free to do so. I can also stream it here. I haven't done so yet, so I might do it. But when we get the DLC, we're definitely streaming it on Twitch. Same name, Trizander. But with that said, super excited. Hope you Z Warriors are. Like the video, comment below, subscribe here to the YouTube channel, and hopefully we'll get more content out there for Kakarot for you. And we'll just leave it on that note.